Welcome back, everyone, to DDT Doug and Danny Talk, where we'll be reviewing and talking about the first week of June's Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. I am Danny.
I am Doug.
So let's determine which show is better.
Before we do that, I'd like to recap last week's podcast.
Okay.
And apologize to any viewers that may think we're idiots.
Or drunk.
We said for the women's Money in the Bank that it was 5 women from SmackDown, 3 women from Raw. It is 4-4. Natalya is on Raw. Danny's wrong.
Yeah, I truly believe that Natalya was still on SmackDown. I don't know what rhyme or reason, because of the whole Ronda Rousey thing, Natalya was on Raw.
Exactly.
She's been on Raw since the draft. I don't know what it was, but
you convinced me she was
I
still
did
on
convince
SmackDown,
you,
so
yeah.
I can't really talk that much.
Yeah. So just for the sake of improving ourselves, the women and men's Money in the Bank ladder match is set. The men's is Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode from Raw. From SmackDown, Rusev, The Miz, Samoa Joe, and a representative from the New Day. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match is, this one's going to be harder, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Lana, Naomi from SmackDown. From Raw, Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, and Natalya.
There you go.
It's done. It's over with.
It all makes sense again.
Yes. We did good. We finally did it. We're professionals now.
All right, so going into this week.
Yeah.
What show do you think was better?
I think they were both pretty average, to be honest. I think SmackDown was better by a bit. Because there were parts of Raw that I just wasn't into.
I can agree with that. I'm going to have to disagree, though, and say Raw was better.
Not by much, though.
No, definitely not by much, but it does have... I feel like that extra hour does give it the upper hand.
Yeah. There is oftentimes more things to talk about when it comes to Raw because of that.
But then again, SmackDown does have the times where it is the better show.
Well, yeah, it just makes better wrestling.
Better wrestling, less bullshit.
Yeah, there's less filler. It's just straight up, okay.
Well, they only have the 2 hours, so they have to not fill it up.
Well, like, it's good to, like, every time SmackDown opens with a talking segment, it's immediately followed by a match. Like, it all blends together pretty well.
Raw's starting to do that now.
Yeah, because they realized, okay, we can't have Stephanie McMahon talk for 30 minutes. We need this. We need to start hot.
Exactly. They can talk for 10 minutes, get a match going.
Yeah.
Don't talk for half an hour, bring out like 4 people in that half hour, and then have them end the show.
Yeah.
Just get a match going right away.
Mm-hmm.
But this week, we didn't have someone just come out and talk.
Yeah, it started with Elias.
It started with Elias in concert.
That was great.
I have no idea what the camera crew is doing with him right now.
With Elias' segment?
Yeah. Because he's partway through his like talking or playing guitar, and they're cutting to a promo.
Like, what? You mean like last week or?
No, just this past Monday. He's talking or playing guitar or something. I can't quite remember that. But they're flashing back to what he did the previous week while he's talking.
I think it's because he was playing music to that clip.
I don't believe that's what was happening. I think they're just literally cutting his picture out because he's not needed on camera while he performs.
I think he was just playing the song, and then that was like connecting the two. Like, he's bragging about what he did, and he has a song written for the standout moment for last week for him.
It's not what they did weeks ago, though. Like, he would just sing about it or sing about the city he's in.
Right, but his performance got cut off by Seth Rollins, so he wanted to remind people this is what happens when you interrupt my performance, and that's what this song is dedicated to.
Grabs a chair, and it becomes a guitar versus chair.
Yeah, Seth comes out, grabs a chair, and they have like kind of a duel, and then chair wins.
Okay, you spoiled that.
Well, that's what you just said. You said chair versus guitar.
What I was going to ask was, going into that, who did you think was going to win? A guitar or a chair?
A chair. It's made of metal.
Metal.
Well, it's not paper-thin wood like a guitar. Like, Jeff Jarrett's guitar for 10 years was just paper-thin because he kept bashing people over the head with it. This guitar, the same thing. It's just he's not bashing people over the head with it.
Well, he did to Seth Rollins last week.
He hit him in the back.
Neck.
Whatever. Upper body.
But yeah, chair wins. And Jinder Mahal comes out and attacks. We got more heel Jinder.
More heel Jinder. Secret savior of Monday Night Raw.
Roman Reigns comes out and helps Seth Rollins.
As you do.
The crowd actually cheered.
I noticed that. I don't know where were they last on Monday?
I can't remember.
His hometown's Florida, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think they were in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they were.
Yeah, for some reason he was getting cheered. It was odd.
It's a change of scenery right there.
Maybe it's just because he's saving Seth. And they're like, oh, good, Seth's not getting beaten down. But it's Roman Reigns. This isn't an improvement on the situation.
Not really.
And it's a tag team match.
Yeah, Kurt comes out, makes it a tag team match to start the show.
Mm-hmm.
David Otunga on commentary.
Yeah, because Booker T was unavailable due to whatever reason. And then Coach, I don't know if he still has commitments to ESPN because that's where he was before, and his big absence from WWE. So I don't know what the story is because he keeps saying he's on assignment. You just have to make make 4 Mondays out of the month and a pay-per-view. It's not complicated. Just show up.
You can do ESPN 4 nights a week.
Yeah, or via satellite. Just set up a GoPro and you're good.
Pretty much. So Jinder and Elias are constantly tagging each other in and out.
They were beating up Seth the majority of the match.
Yeah, but to start the match, it was, okay, Jinder's in, Roman wants him.
Yeah, they kept, like, switching it up and being, like, trying to get Jinder and Roman in the same...
They don't want their opponent for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and they kept putting the kibosh on that, on the faces trying to beat up their opponents for the pay-per-view.
Well, they just said, you know what, screw that. Let's just attack them.
Yeah.
So they just went face first, right into him.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not interested in Elias's matches right now. It's always rest holds.
Yeah. They aren't really well constructed matches. It doesn't help because of Jinder's slower style either, so it doesn't really make for an entertaining match.
Exactly.
There's like you can be slow and methodical to build drama. It's just when your styles are that you're just really slow, it doesn't really intensifies the drama.
Yeah. Roman was going to go for his apron drop kick on Jinder.
Roman does a drop kick?
Well, like where he runs on the outside of the ring and like...
Oh, the drive-by.
Drive-by, that's what it is, yeah. Goes for a drive-by on Jinder, and Sunil pulled him out of the way.
Yeah.
Now, in my books, I would have considered that to be a disqualification. He may not have been the legal man, but it's outside interference.
Well, remember last week when he grabbed Seth's leg to stop from doing the curb stomp?
Right.
He wasn't disqualified. He was just barred from ringside. The referee threw him out.
Right.
So that's what happens. But the referee didn't do that because every referee's different.
They shouldn't be. Shortly after that, actually right after Sunil moved Jinder, Roman gets thrown into the stairs.
Yeah, by Elias.
Right. He oversold that by a long shot.
Yeah.
He did it the same way that John Cena usually does, and just literally pile drives the thing out of the way. It's you hardly had any speed going into that.
Yeah, it wasn't really thrown into it. It was just sort of and then yeah.
Exactly. They need to push the stairs at a decent speed where it looked like, okay, that's the amount of pressure that they were thrown into at.
Well, what Mick Foley used to do is instead of destroying the chairs, he would do a front flip over the stairs, but with his knees taking most of the damage. So you just hear a giant thud, and it was his knees taking the grunt of the blow, and he just goes over the stairs.
Yeah. I mean, they're still going to their knees before they hit the stairs, but that's when they need to push the stairs out of the way to make it look, oh, they really threw me in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely oversold it. Dangerous suicide dive by Rollins into the apron where he landed on his neck.
Yeah. And then that's where the rest of the match was Jinder and Elias just slowly beating up Seth.
Mm-hmm. Seth eventually does get back in the match. Brings a chair into the ring.
Yeah, and that's where this weird spot happens where he brings the chair into the ring, and then somewhere along the lines, Elias DDTs him onto the chair.
Which I feel should have been a disqualification.
Well, the thing is that he didn't bring the chair in, and he didn't directly,
He was the one to place it down there.
He was the one that placed it down there, or Seth
I think Seth just dropped it there.
Right.
As he got, hit in the stomach or something.
Well, it's the same thing as someone brings in the title to swing it into their face, but if they miss and the dude kicks them in the gut and they drop it and they DDT them and they coincidentally land their head on the championship belt. It's circumstantial. It's the same thing with the chair. If he did a wild man swing, kicked him in the gut, the chair drops and he goes for a DDT and he just positions him into the chair, it's circumstantial versus actually hitting him in the gut with the chair, hitting him in the back, and then keep beating the crap out of him, forcing a disqualification because he's beating a man to death with a chair.
Yeah, I guess.
And the referee's just oh, crap. Oh, well, oh, geez, Rick. Oh, just keep going. Just pin him. I don't care. This is going too long anyway.
Yeah. After commercial, we had Kurt Hawkins out in the ring.
Yeah.
I loved what happened here.
Yeah, good. It was a good segment. He's 199 losses in a row.
Probably offering free tacos to the entire arena if he wins that night.
Yeah. And so he's facing a local jobber.
And that local jobber, James Harding, was his name.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. I just found the name funny.
James Harding. The commentary kind of knew who he was. And he had a beard. So whoever James Harding is, and he has a beard, there were some comparisons.
Yeah. James Harding, local wrestler, facing Hawkins. You'd think Hurt would actually win this one.
Yeah. But no.
He actually gave a massive clothesline to him.
Oh, yeah.
That dude went flying.
I think Kurt Hawkins has a little bit more to offer than people think.
Yeah.
I think, like, him and Zack Ryder, back when they were edgeheads.
Oh, my God.
Like,
they need to do that again.
They need to be a tag team again. But, like...
Screw this hype bros bullshit.
Well, like...
I know they're not a thing anymore, but...
But, like, Zack's still in, like, the shadow of that. And still is Mojo Rawley. So it's like... It's either one of the two you have to push. But if the other one, put him with Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah. Start getting some wins.
Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins, just like the B team did.
Yeah. But he'd be on SmackDown. Because there's no way you can have two BTs on Raw.
So after that massive clothesline, Baron Corbin comes out and just basically gave Kurt Hawkins a middle finger.
Yeah, he gives
James Harding
the
end of days, causing a disqualification to Kurt Hawkins.
So he loses by disqualification, so it's his 200th loss, and then he just has this disheveled look on his face of like, oh, no, not again.
Got all these tacos out there.
They're gonna spoil. And he goes out there, and Baron Corbin grabs one, bashes him in the face with it, and then flips the table of tacos over top of him. And Corey Graves is just like, Baron doesn't like people having fun. He's gonna ruin your fun.
They were telling Otunga to go down and get tacos while he still can.
Yeah, 5-second rule.
Before commercial break, we had Ronda Rousey and Natalya on the screen, where Ronda was giving pointers to Natalya on how to do like a jab punch.
Yeah. This next segment of Natalya versus...
Natalya versus Nia.
Right. And everything that followed, I was texting Doug and just telling him this whole thing gave me a migraine, gave me a brain aneurysm because of just how frustrated I was. Number one, Natalya is the most experienced female wrestler the WWE has. She knows how to wrestle. She knows how to fight. Promo skills, but she knows how to punch a person in the face. She's not Carmella. She's not a tough enough competitor, and she's not in NXT. She knows how to fight. Why is Ronda Rousey teaching her how to punch?
Because Ronda Rousey has a faster jab.
But that's because she's a mixed martial artist.
She's teaching Nia how to react faster, or not Nia, Natalya, how to react faster to Nia's moves when she faces the...
She's already faster than Nia.
But faster. There's always room for improvement, Danny.
She already has the experience on Nia. She's faster than her. She can out-wrestle her. She can submit her. Her signature move targets the leg, not the arm. Not that freaking Nia's promo last week was she was just like, the arm bar won't work on me. Okay, let's try the sharpshooter then.
Yeah, like Natalya was going to get a sharpshooter in on her.
She could have.
I don't think so.
Well, that move she does where she walks, she jumps on the back of her head and then she runs and kicks her in the face. Just get up faster than she does and grab her legs and sharpshooter her.
I'm sure.
Or do the old double leg takedown thing and do the thing like she normally does. Just do the thing.
That's not going to work with Nia.
Why? Why, Doug?
Because Nia's bigger. Overpowering.
Yeah, well, I hated this segment.
Clearly.
I hated all of it.
Anyway, before Natalya and Nia fought, after commercial, they went to the screen and Baron Corbin was talking with Kurt.
Yeah, and this was my favorite part for Raw.
Baron Corbin gave Kurt a letter from Stephanie McMahon, saying that due to his emotional judgment calls, Baron Corbin is now the new constable of Raw.
Basically, whenever Kurt makes a decision and it overshadows Monday Night Raw and the general, like the long game essentially, Baron Corbin's supposed to come in and be like, Kurt, you done fucked up, sir. You should have done this. Stephanie would have done this. Go do it.
Yeah. Kurt wasn't happy.
No, because he's like, are you my boss? Are we co-general managers? What does this mean? It's essentially when Stone Cold and Eric Bischoff were co-general managers of Monday Night Raw, Eric Bischoff's team at Survivor Series won, getting rid of Stone Cold, and then Stone Cold got hired back, but as the sheriff of Monday Night Raw. So he's on equal footing with Eric Bischoff, but he can do whatever he wants. It's like Stone Cold justice, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. So Baron Corbin justice.
Do as I say or end of days.
Pretty much.
So then we got the Natalya and Nia match.
With Ronda Rousey again on commentary.
And not much really to say about this match.
I know.
Okay.
Another thing that's bothering me about Ronda is the general lack of fire in, like, her on commentary. Like, in the general, just, like, calls she's making on commentary. Just like, okay, Ronda, don't call this like it's a legitimate fight. But at the same time, you have to. It's this weird...
No, I can agree with that, because everyone that's on commentary is trying to involve her
right
with talking about this match, but she's just giving, like, the quick, short answers.
Yeah, she has to... Like, what does your character think of this? Like, you are Ronda Rousey, but your character, Rowdy Ronda Rousey, what does she think about this?
Yeah.
You get that personality to have some personality. Like, you call yourself Rowdy? Give me a reason to believe that. Because Roddy Piper was rowdy, and he was the best villain of all time, best talker of all time. When you take that nickname, you have to have something.
And her logo is literally the same thing.
Exactly. It's the same font style. She's wearing his jacket, for God's sake.
Exactly. So, I was surprised that Natalya actually got a clothesline taking down Nia.
Yeah.
But as you said earlier, Natalya went for, like, the takedown, hop on the back over, and go for the drop kick. Well, she went for that.
And she, like, messed up her...
buckled her knee. And basically, Nia just took that as like, all right, match is over.
Samoan
drop. Victory for Nia.
And then...
The thing about this, I can't tell if the injury is scripted or if it actually is real.
Yeah, if it's a work or a shoot. I don't know either. Like, it's...
Because normally when they, like, videotape the injured person walking off, it's scripted.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, either they're just really good at acting for injuries and, like, responding to it, or it actually happened.
I didn't... Like, when she was running off, it didn't seem like she hurt herself. Like, she just seemed like she was walking and she skipped. Like, she skipped a step. There was no, like, anything to, like, involve her knee going inwards, like, bending the wrong way while she was running.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, she just sold it really well. But then, this is the other part that frustrated me. Nia tries to try to be a good sportsman and help Natalya up. Ronda gets mad, goes into the ring. She wasn't going to attack her. She was trying to help her.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're involving yourself in something that's not your match. You aren't at ringside. You are at commentary.
Okay, but Natalya trained Ronda.
Right, but when Nia isn't physically accosting her. She's actually trying to help her. Like, and then she, like, we get that little thing of, like, Ronda saying, like, get out of here, and she gets in her face.
Right.
She should have hit her. Nia should have hit her and just be like, I was trying to help and you were being a bitch, so hit her. And then we get a brawl. Give me something.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, and it didn't come.
Didn't come. Ron just like, leave now.
Yeah, and then Ronda carries Natalya off with the referee, and then Nia's just standing there like a jackass because she didn't get a fight, and she's stuck in this weird limbo of the promos she's cutting against Ronda are heel promos, and yet she's acting like a face. She's still smiling. Like, when she's on commentary and Nia's doing an entrance, they shouldn't be smiling at each other. It should be euphoric stares followed by Nia walking towards the announce table, taking off the belt, raising it, staring at it in the face, sarcastically smiling, and then going off to kick Natalya's ass.
No, I can agree with that. They need to start playing it off better, like they're actually hating each other.
Yeah, because it's a simple story to tell. She's challenging Ronda because of pro wrestling, Ronda Rousey is the rookie, and Nia's challenging her. Not have promos of the Raw women's division actually talking about how they feel about this. Talk about how, okay, Nia's challenging her. She's jumping a line. We get that she is an accomplished champion in mixed martial arts, but coming into our world, this is our world, not yours. And trying to, like, make us care about the fact that the entire women's division is being overlooked.
No, exactly.
And then Nia, like, either, like, brushing it off and being like, I don't care about the other women's division. I'm champion now. This is my division, and this is how I'm treating it. I want to get her out of the way, so then it's the rest of you, like, if she took down Ronda, who the hell can take me down?
No, exactly. She needs to go like a full heel.
Yeah. Or just let her talk.
She needs to be more like what Enzo Amore did in the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
That's what she needs to do.
Yeah, just totally... Just bury the entire division.
Exactly. You arrive there, become champ, bada bing, bada boom, everyone hates you.
But yeah, after this segment, they're both backstage, and now Nia's trying to...
That was later on.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, after they cut away from carrying Natalya out of the ring, they did a screen interview with Bobby Roode about Money in the Bank and facing Braun Strowman tonight, or that night.
Yeah, pretty just one-dimensional. Bobby Roode's all, Braun Strowman's a big man. Ladders are big. I'm glorious. I'll win. And then I'll be Money in the Bank.
And that would be glorious.
Yeah.
And then commercial.
Yeah.
Come back from commercial, it was Braun Strowman versus Bobby Roode. Now, I thought that would be later in the night, actually.
Yeah, because it's Money in the Bank competitors against each other.
Like, there was, like, 4 segments after this match.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think it would be either the main event or the one before it.
Well, it kind of shows how they view Bobby Roode because of Braun Strowman. Braun is further up on the card. Like WrestleMania, he was the second last match.
Exactly.
So, I mean...
It's stupid, but...
Well, yeah, the segment itself is stupid, but booking him, Cesaro, and Sheamus second last...
Yeah.
That's a big deal. That's ahead of the WWE Championship match.
Yeah. I knew that... Bobby Roode tries to go for a glorious DDT.
Mm-hmm.
No way that was happening.
No. But there was a better spot. The spot where he pulls out the ladder and he's instigating Braun to do the charging shoulder tackle that he's been doing every week. He puts up a ladder to say, what you gonna do now, big man?
My God, I love that.
What you gonna do now? And then Braun just, Braun! And he uses both arms and impales the ladder, breaking it in half. And Bobby Roode's just like, oh no. No.
Hey man, I was just kidding.
I'm just kidding, man. Hey, be cool, Braun.
Yeah,
Be cool.
Braun!
No! No!
Okay, before he did that though, he avoided Braun slamming him in, Braun running into the turnbuckle on him.
Yeah.
Which forcing Braun to ram his shoulder into the post.
Yeah. And that's when he went for the ladder.
That's when he went for the ladder. I'm finding that Braun is doing that way too much. Every week that happens to him. And
it's part of his gimmick.
It's gotta be, because
he's a big man, he runs in the posts.
Yeah. Every time Braun rams his shoulder into the post, commentators have to say, holy crap, that shifted the ring.
Well, yeah, they gotta sell a spot.
Well, you said it the week before. You said it the week before that. We get it. Do something different.
Well, Braun was going full tilt, as he always does.
Because Braun don't give a fuck. Anyway. Braun power slams for a victory.
Yeah, Braun wasn't losing to Bobby Roode.
Oh god, no. And Kevin Owens had an interview about that match leading into Money in the Bank. Just wondering what his thoughts are about facing both of them in that match. He's like, I'm Kevin Owens.
Pretty much. Heel Kevin Owens promo is like, nobody can beat Kevin Owens. I'm Kevin Owens. Nobody beats me. And Finn Balor, he starts talking about the myth, or the last name Balor is for the demon in Ireland. And he says, that's what Finn Balor's going to turn out to be tonight. Just a myth. And walks away.
Coming back from commercial, we had Ronda and Natalya backstage. Nia in there as well. Nia and Ronda basically fighting over who gets to be Natalya's friend in this situation.
Yeah, Nia's trying to apologize if she caused Natalya to be hurt, and Ronda not accepting her sportsmanship or the validness of her apology.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Basically just like, get the fuck away from my friend.
Yeah, but it's like, Ronda, who are you to do anything here? You didn't do that for Stephanie, and you hated her. I don't hate Natty. In fact, I respect her. And then Natalya just gets so disheveled about it, and she's just like, you know what? I'm leaving on these crutches.
Yeah.
Prediction. I think Natalya is going to interfere, cost Ronda the match, and just be like, because of you, I'm hurt. Or because of you, I got hurt. And then she gets... So, she gets hurt, and then somehow gets hurt again, and it's because of Ronda. She blames Ronda, and then she gets pulled out of the match, and then someone else gets put in, and then Natalya's all like...
Why would her injury be Ronda's fault?
I don't know. She just blames her because she can't accept her failures.
She wasn't in the match that injured her.
Still, that's what happens with heels.
No.
They blame other people for their...
Danny.
They blame other people for their problems. That's what heels do.
If you're going to be a heel, blame Nia.
You think that. But a heel...
No.
Especially a Kate...
No, your theory does not have a valid point to it.
Fine. I just think Natalya would interfere and somehow cost Ronda the match. Because be like... Why do I like you?
I don't know.
Someone has to interfere. Someone. Because there's no way Ronda's losing clean, and there's no way Nia's losing clean. Or they book it as the main event, and the women's ladder match happens, and that person interferes, and pins Nia.
Cashes in right away.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the only way out of this situation.
I can see that happening. Pull out Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Well, technically Dean Ambrose. Because he won the briefcase and cashed in that night.
Yeah, but what I mean is cashing in, making it a triple threat match.
Yeah. So a Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins.
Sure.
Rambrose?
Kane also cashed in the night he won it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. But it wasn't a triple threat.
It wasn't triple threat. Rey Mysterio had just finished the match.
Yeah.
And Kane cashed in.
What was that? It was that tag to Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. Death. That's what...
What?
Seth and Dean. Death.
Okay.
That's their unofficial tag team name.
Okay.
It just sounds cool. Seth. Dean. Death. Come on, man. We'll wear the half Raw, half Shield t-shirts. It'll be cool. Man, these suck.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my wife, Peter.
Even Roman's like, these are horrible. It's not even the good Raw logo. Like, these
That
are
was
just
the
bad.
draft t-shirt logo.
Yeah. Man, the blue and the red are clashing. Like, this is a bad idea, Seth.
When they did the draft, didn't Raw originally have t-shirts with Raw going vertically? Or was that just for Stephanie's dress?
Huh. I do not remember. I think you're right about the vertical part, because I think Seth's t-shirt in the Survivor Series in Toronto, it was vertical.
Yeah.
It was a Seth frickin' Rollins shirt, both Raw going vertical.
Okay, yeah.
But with the Shield one, it was horizontal.
Well, yeah, but why couldn't you have had a Shield Raw shirt where it was Shield going into the middle, getting cut off for the Raw side, and Raw being in full letters vertically, and not just being cut off being ah.
Ah!
Sha.
Seth Rollins is their fashion advisor.
Yeah, okay. Going back to Raw. After backstage with Ronda, Nia, and Natalya, we had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy have an in-ring interview wondering who do they think was going to win the Tag Team Battle Royal, which was coming up.
Yeah, it was right after that.
Now, giving the tag teams in that match, who did you think was going to win?
What threw me off was when they opened the show, and then after commercial break, when they got back to Natalya, Ronda, and Nia, there were two different slides. So they had the slides with all the teams, and then before commercial break, they showed those slides again, but they mixed the people around.
Did they actually?
Yeah, I was like, what the? But he was there. He was there. Is this foreshadowing? Oh my god!
I never noticed that.
Yeah. So going into the match, I kind of thought that they were just gonna go with Drew and Dolph.
I honestly thought that was what was gonna happen.
Because
they were just dominated.
Yeah. But this was a good way to get them out of the tag team picture for now, because it gets them to not lose by pinfall or submission. Battle Royals don't count for somebody's undefeated streak.
Yeah. But yeah, I was very shocked that... well, first of all, I find it kind of stupid that only one member had to be eliminated for the entire team to be out.
Yeah, and I kind of felt bad because I wanted Braun to come out and just be like, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not in the match. You guys have fun. And then he goes away. Because Braun gets to have fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Brains Strowman.
But yeah, Dolph was the first eliminated.
And then McIntyre just lost his shit and started big booting everybody. Oh, yeah, they just wrecked shop.
They cleared house. Senshin was eliminated shortly after, followed by Breezango. Very fast eliminations. Both eliminated by the Revival.
Yeah, Revival. That was their chance. Because you gotta do something with them. They're healthy. They're good wrestlers. They're a great tag team. Just give it to them.
Yeah.
Because Hardy and Wyatt don't need the titles. They're strong without them. True. And you could easily make a promo of those two teams against each other.
Yeah. Revival was eliminated about 2 minutes later by Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
And that just left Rhino and Slater and B-Team.
And then right there, it's like, okay, B-Team's winning.
B-Team's winning.
Because Slater and Rhino are not winning.
Hey, they were SmackDown Tag Team Champs.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything on Raw. That's the thing. Like, AJ Styles said this, Talking Smack episode. SmackDown makes them, Raw takes them. You be a star on SmackDown, and then all of a sudden Raw's like, yoink.
Pretty much. Like, Raw does get the more talent, but they have the extra hour.
Well, their mid-card is just full of the lower mid-card from SmackDown. They just plucked and picked everybody. Yeah. They were like, oh, Jinder was WWE champion. Upper mid-card.
Yeah, B-Team won. B-Team versus
Hardy
the leaders of
Worlds. The Deleters of Worlds.
Okay.
It's plural. It's on their t-shirt. Their terrible t-shirt. Yeah. They really need to outsource their designs to graphic artists.
I'm available. After commercial, Lashley comes out, calls out Sami Zayn.
I really just wanted Bobby to go off on him instead of calling him out, and then the whole segment is Sami Zayn talking.
Yeah.
Like
his entrance hits, but he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you hear him on a mic and it's like, where is he?
I would have much rather had him on the Titantron.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like him just sitting backstage eating a croissant or something.
Wow, okay.
What?
Bringing in his religion or his ethnicity.
His French-Canadian background?
Yeah.
It could have been much worse. I could have made a Syrian joke. That would have been much more offensive. But I didn't, because I don't know any Syrian jokes.
Probably a good thing.
Nor do I know where Syria is on a map.
Yeah. So anyway, Sami Zayn's in the crowd complaining that he can't do anything with his right hand.
Right.
Because Bobby Lashley crushed it.
Yeah, he's really selling that hand crushing.
Oh my god. Hardly did anything. It makes the... I wanted to slap him out for saying this. He couldn't he couldn't cook his organic tofu because his right hand couldn't lift anything.
That's why Vince doesn't like him.
Sammy?
Eat food.
Eat real food.
Chickpeas, man.
Don't be one of those assholes who only can have organic foods.
Choose
to only have organic food.
I went camping this one time with a couple of my friends, and he brought his girlfriend, who he was dating for a little while, and she was vegan, and she couldn't drink coffee from Tim Hortons, so we had to go out of the way to Starbucks because they have vegan organic coffee there. They have this specific coffee that you can only have
at triple the price, probably.
Exactly. And it's like, we're going to do this for a week, huh?
Yep.
Yep.
Sammy also making fun of the inspirational quotes on Lashley's Instagram.
that even Lashley didn't think were his actual Instagram accounts.
Did he say that?
Well, that's what he was like. Oh, well, I think probably half of them were real and half of them were fake. Like he's pulling them from fake Bobby Lashley Instagram accounts.
I mean, it could have been.
But I still don't get what Sammy's problem is now. Because before it was, okay, you debuted the same night I did on Raw. You stole my thunder. Now it's... And then it was, you're a terrible brother to your many sisters. And now it's, you claim to be an inspiration to people, but you're not an inspiration. So it's like, the fire for this feud is just kind of like all over the place.
It is.
There's no clear motivation.
First he's complaining about Lashley giving him vertigo.
Mm-hmm.
Then the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Now the hand crushing.
Mm-hmm.
And Instagram quotes.
It's just all over the place. Give me clear motivation for Sami Zayn.
At this point, I just want to see Lashley destroy him at Money in the Bank.
It should be 90 seconds.
Shouldn't even be that.
It should just be...
It should be body slam, done.
Well, yeah, suspended vertical suplex, followed by Dominator, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's what it should be.
Yeah. Pull the, what's his name? Goldberg Lesnar at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Spear jackhammer.
Bury him.
After commercial, we had an interview with Roman in which Jinder overheard on some television nearby.
Yeah, it was a weird going back and forth thing. Because, like, they would do that for... the video package they play before the match happens on a pay-per-view?
Right.
That's what it kind of looked like they were trying to do, but live.
Yeah.
It wasn't executed badly. It's just they need to see each other. Rather than, like, they can break the fourth wall and they can hear and see everything that's going on.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what I really didn't like. Roman just like, alright, you know what? I'm going to go find you and beat you up again.
Yeah.
He was down the hall.
This was the funnier part. He was like, okay, he was walking the wrong way, and then he asks these two guys, yo, you know where Jinder went? And they point the other way. It would have been funnier if he started walking the opposite way, and then, like, he's in Gorilla, and then Vince is like, what are you doing here? He's the other way, Roman. The other way!
Exactly. Send Roman on an entire scavenger hunt trying to find Jinder rather than down the fucking hall.
He walked by a case of Pepsi. I just wanted him to pull one out and start drinking it and, like, chuck it. And, like, just before he finds him, lets out this big burp, and he's like, alright, let's do this. There you are, you son of a bitch.
Take the Sunil brother.
Yeah, and that's basically what happened. Take the Sunil brother, and then Roman throws him into this garage door, and then they just beat up each other, and then the bald agent just keeps popping up. The dude who's a much older version of Joey Mercury. He just keeps showing up to separate these superstars.
Yeah. So we had a 6-woman tag team match after that.
Riot Squad versus Sasha, Ember, and Alexa.
Correct. So to start the match, we had Ruby and Ember.
Mm-hmm.
And then shortly after Alexa was tagged in, she leaves the match due to an alleged hamstring injury.
Yeah, it was basically the same spot as Natalya. And then, but she immediately went down and started crawling to the corner. She tags in Sasha, gets out of the ring, and then starts making her way backstage because she's quote-unquote hurt. Yeah. And then Sasha's like, man, fine. And it's a 3-on-2 match.
3-on-2 for maybe 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
At which point Bayley comes out to replace Alexa, tags herself in, gets her Bayley to belly.
Mm-hmm. And then she wins the match.
And
the ref's just like,
Okay.
This isn't. Whatever. Fuck it. It's 3 hours.
This is what bugged me. Because Constable Corbin.
Oh, he called it out right away.
Tells Kurt to say no. Tell them that they're disqualified.
He's right, though.
If that's the case, then Roman should be Universal Champion.
But he wasn't the constable back then.
It doesn't matter.
But also, fuck Roman Reigns.
If they're going by that logic, the ref's word is final.
But here's the thing. A, he's right. Bayley was never put into the match. It was Alexa. 2, Bayley wasn't in the match at all, and she attacked a superstar. There was no... ladies and gentlemen, Alexa is unable to compete. This is her replacement.
But Bayley didn't just come into the ring and start fighting. She tagged in. So that's a different story.
Did the referee do an in-air clap?
I don't remember, but she tagged herself in.
There was no in-air clap because he was like, what the fuck is this? Bayley, what do you want? Bayley, no. What? What? But, yeah, ring the bell, I guess.
But that's the thing. She tagged in. She didn't just slide into the ring, do her finisher, because that would have been disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
No, she tagged in to be a part of the match.
I get the logic, and I understand where Corbin's coming from, because...
I understand that it should... It's two different stories here. Because, yes, she wasn't part of the match. But she tagged in, and ref's word is final.
Yeah, but...
You can't just overturn it because you don't like how that ended up.
Well, apparently they can, and it happened.
Well, in Corbin world.
Well, Constable Corbin.
I didn't like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, it happened. And Kurt Angle's decision is final.
Yeah. So after commercial, it shows Sasha, Ember, and Bayley walking backstage. Kurt has to break the news.
This continued. Sasha's mad at Bayley, then she's not mad at Bayley, but now she's mad at her again, and then Bayley's just by herself. And it's like the Curb Your Enthusiasm music's playing behind her, like, as the whole world's against her, and she's like, man, I was just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. After that, we had Big Show on the commentary area. Promoting the Special Olympians for Texas.
Sure. I didn't see it, so I didn't look into it. I was like, okay. I saw it on the YouTube feed, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, just kind of displaying what they do in Texas and how much they care about the special needs and how they can actually do Olympic athletics. Yeah. And then we had the main event of Finn Balor, Kevin Owens.
Makes sense.
I didn't see the final.
Ends in DQ. Kevin Owens is attacking him in the corner, and he keeps attacking him in the corner. A referee disqualifies him because he broke the referee's 5 count. And then he brings in a ladder, and he's going to try and jump off the ladder. Doesn't do it. Finn throws him off the ladder, and then does the coup de grace off the ladder to Kevin Owens. Reclimbs the ladder, grabs the briefcase. Some symbolism, foreshadowing.
Yeah. See, I would have seen that, but I started watching late, so I restarted the show, but when the live feed went off the air, so did my feed.
Oh, that's weird.
I was like, but match! It's the middle of the match, what are you doing?
The Thing. Guys, The Thing.
So yeah, I missed about probably 15 minutes of that match.
Meh.
Anything that mattered anyway.
Yeah, I think it mattered. Yeah, it was past my bedtime, so I just got the cliff notes.
All right, moving over to SmackDown.
Yay!
Carmella starts the show.
Yeah, basically she was gonna unveil Asuka for who she really is. So they had the video package for Asuka that they usually promote if they're talking about her.
Yeah, she showed her highlights of when she came to WWE,
Mm-hmm.
all her accomplishments,
Mm-hmm.
and then Carmella's like, now here's what she really is now.
Yeah, this is who she really is. Shows her loss at WrestleMania. Shows that when she got on SmackDown, her first match was a loss. And it showed her getting beaten up by the chick who didn't win Tough Enough, Mandy Rose. It's like, who really is Asuka? Who really is Byron Saxton?
And then Asuka comes out.
And she's having none of it. She's like, doesn't even say a word, just looks at her like, oh, I can't wait to hit you.
Yeah.
And then Mandy Rose shows up.
With Sonya.
Yeah, with Sonya Deville.
They're just talking trash. Like, yeah, I beat you up.
Yeah, and I'll do it again.
Um,
And then Paige shows up.
Paige here.
Paige, yeah, not now, Paige. Oh, what? No, it is.
Go ahead.
It's a promo. Here you go. And then basically, she lets Asuka decide her opponent, which is pretty similar to what they did in NXT when it was the Iconics and Nikki Cross, and they were all feuding with Asuka, and then William Regal's like, who do you want to face at TakeOver? And she yells, all of them! And then she was like, both of them. And everyone was like, ooh.
Oh.
And then Paige is like, you heard it here, folks. It's happening now. Let's take that.
So, handicap match to start the show. Asuka versus Absolution.
Carmella's on commentary.
As always.
Oh, but it was great when Phillips was asking her a question, and she's like, do you guys hear like a closed window, but there's a slight breeze coming in? It's that really annoying sound. You even hear that? And then Corey Graves would ask the question that Phillips just asked, and Carmella would answer. And it would do it with Ortonga, and she just kind of looks at him like, I mean, you're not bad. You're not better than Phillips.
No.
Graves. Ayy. Match was. I liked the match.
It was a decent match. Also, right when Asuka starts getting the upper hand, Carmella distracts her.
Yeah, just by standing on the table and wave the tie around, and then Asuka gets distracted, and Mandy Rose almost sneaks a schoolgirl on her.
Yeah. Sonya had a very nice spear.
Oh, she speared the hell out of her.
It was almost as good as Charlotte's.
Yeah, Charlotte has a good spear. So, where's it rank on the spear dar? The spear ranking when you have Roman, Charlotte, Sonya, Goldberg, and Edge.
Let's put it this way. Let's make it a 1 to 10 radar.
So 5 more people that use the spear.
No, I mean like.
Oh, integers.
Yeah.
Okay, so who has the most powerful
Like
spear?
Not just that. I'm just saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think that spear was performed? 10 being the best, 1 being the worst.
I think there's 2. How you perform the spear, and then how the spear
Is taken?
power-wise.
Okay.
I think 8 for both. 8 for performance and an 8 for power.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Maybe a 6 for power because she didn't get the win.
Well,
Because
the match continued after on, though.
Well, that's the thing, though. But it was a 2 count. If it was 8 or more, that's the finish.
I would honestly give it a I would maybe rank it a 7.5 for performance.
7. So okay.
7.5 for performance, 8 for power.
Okay, 7.5 average.
Because that thing just
Yeah, it was good.
dead on.
Yeah.
We had to end the match. Asuka gets the Asuka lock in, and at which Carmella attacks from behind.
So yeah, she gets the Asuka lock on Sonya Deville, and then afterwards Carmella starts to get up to the ring. Mandy Rose tries to attack Asuka from behind. She takes out Mandy, and then Carmella hits her with a belt, and then super kicks her.
And I feel that Carmella only is able to get the upper hand on Asuka when she attacks from behind.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no way she's going to get that momentum at Money in the Bank.
I don't know if there's two ways they could do this. One, Asuka wins by DQ, furthering the feud, giving her the right to have a rematch clause, and setting up like a match in Extreme Rules. Or Absolution interferes and Asuka gets pinned by Carmella. Which I really, really hope not.
Yeah.
That doesn't help Asuka at all.
I mean, nothing really is going to help Asuka other than Asuka.
Yeah.
So before commercial, we had... after commercial, we had Miz in the locker room talking with New Day.
Well, Miz is practicing his karate, and Bootyworth shows up, and he's just like, "Whoa! Watch out for that Miz Kung Fu." And then New Day shows up, apologizing for being jerks on his TV for not giving him the scoop on who will be chosen for Money in the Bank.
So they say to him that he gets to draw the name of which competitor is going to be in Money in the Bank.
Oh no, you get to pull out a member from the hat, and he says, "Rephrase." Because that's what Big E does.
Yeah.
He says the inappropriate things while rubbing himself with baby oil.
Okay.
Only on the nipple.
So they have this hat, and all you see is like a white stuff in there.
Yeah.
You think it's like...
You think it's paper.
You think it's paper.
Yeah.
So they blindfold him.
Yeah.
They blindfold the Miz so that he can't see and pick a certain name.
Yeah.
So as he puts his hand in, all you hear is Big E laughing away.
Yeah. And then Miz pulls his hand out, and it's like shaving cream.
Shaving cream, mayonnaise of some sort.
And he's just like so infuriated, stares right at New Day, and wipes his hand on Bootyworth's shirt. And like, "Oh, Bootyworth, no, oh man, oh."
Why you gotta do that?
"Oh, we'll get you a new shirt, man. Go make some pancakes though. Need some pancakes."
Just had a platter of them.
Well, they need more. They need the carbs, man.
After commercial, we had Luke Harper versus Carl Anderson. And Anderson got the crap kicked out of him.
He got destroyed by Harper. It was basically Harper needed a workout.
Pretty much. But
And Anderson was in the way.
I don't like how that match went, though. Just because it's so close to Money in the Bank, where Gallows and Anderson are fighting for the titles,
Mm-hmm.
and yet you just got destroyed.
But he got the win. He got the roll-up victory on the tag team champion.
Now, that's the downside for the champions.
Well, that's the thing, is they need... Because, okay, A, it wasn't a title match. B, it wasn't even a tag team match. Tag team champions don't necessarily have to win singles matches. All it proves is that, okay, individually you could beat us, but as a team, that's where it matters. Can your team beat my team?
But still, like, you spend, what was the match, 10 minutes long, if that?
Oh god, probably less 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So, a 5-minute match where you destroyed 4 minutes and 50 seconds of it. And then you get swept up and pinned.
Well, next week it's probably going to be Gallows and Rowan. And that will probably be a much better match because Gallows is the bigger member of the team.
Right.
So it would actually be a pretty good fight. And then Rowan will probably win that. And the rubber match is the tag team title match. That's how they do it. Is
I expect that to happen.
One person has to win from one team. One person wins from the other team. If both members of one team win their singles matches, then it's like, oh, well, they're going to have to win the tag team titles now.
Yeah. I just don't like how that match went.
Well, I mean, it's just Anderson is the smallest man out of the four.
But he's talented.
Yeah, he's very talented, and he has a six-pack now. And he's a hot Asian wife who's preggers.
You mentioned that.
Yeah. Because the thing's like ready to pop.
Yeah, you got a thing for pregnant ladies?
Do I have a thing for them? No, I'm just saying. When you see Anderson, who has his new body now, he looks great, and he's standing next to his hot Asian wife who's in a bikini, and all of a sudden he's like, 8 months in, here comes baby number 5, because apparently you gotta have 5 kids. And it's just like, Jesus, dude, just like, I understand you're proud, but this is still Instagram, not Instagram X. Because that needs to be a thing. Instagram X.
No, it does not.
You can see titties.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and the booty crack. And the other parts.
Mm-hmm.
The baked potato.
Okay.
Instagram X coming for 2020.
Probably not.
The official sponsor of Kanye West's presidential platform.
No. Anyway, next match was a mixed tag team match of Usos and Rusev Day.
Well, Aiden English and Lana.
Yeah, because Rusev had a match.
Yeah, he was in the main event, so he wasn't there.
Good to see Aiden English fighting again.
Yeah, unfortunately, he kept getting punched in the throat.
He got a lot done to him that match.
Yeah. By both
Slapped by Naomi.
By both Naomi and Jimmy Uso. Naomi did a crossbody on both Lana and Aiden on the outside, but then also a diving clothesline in the ring to Aiden. So he was getting all the ass whoopings.
Yeah. And then there was a bunch of distractions and chaos throughout the match, and which resulted in Usos getting the victory.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso kicking in the face.
Yeah.
Not in the throat, the face.
Lana held up her end, though.
Yeah, she was beating up Naomi for a considerable time, which is kind of cool because it harkens back to when Naomi was women's champion and Lana first showed up on SmackDown.
Right, got the title match.
Yeah, and then she got 2 more after that.
Yeah, definitely has improved since then.
Yeah.
After that, we had the WWE Championship contract signing, but only on the screen.
Oh, I liked this. Backstage, and then Paige was like, it's the subtle voice. Now you're going to see AJ setting the contract.
That's where the AJ, no hesitation.
Yeah,
He's like,
there
done.
we go.
Sign it.
Hey.
Shinsuke, on the other hand.
Oh, Shinsuke was milking the contract signing. He was just...
Pen is out of ink.
No. First, Paige was like, any questions? And then AJ said his piece. And after he was done, Nakamura yawns.
Yeah.
He leans in to say something, probably no speak English, but then he yawns instead. Like, he's drunk. He's
He does look drunk when he does that.
Off of a cocaine bender from the Weekend tour. And then he goes for the one pen. This pen is out of ink. Can I borrow your pen, please? Borrows his pen. This pen is broken. Throws it at him. AJ loses his shit.
AJ just slaps him.
Yeah, he slaps him across the face. Paige like, what the hell, man?
Slaps him and leaves.
Yeah, and
Doesn't even wait for the signing.
Nakamura, the smartest man in the room, is the quietest man in the room. Pulls out a pen from his jacket. And Paige just looks at him like, you son of a bitch. Signs a contract, stands up. Last man standing. Which doesn't work because that implies that AJ's sitting down.
Well, I mean, he's not in the room, so...
Well, he's lying down outside the room, like security has officially, like, barred AJ Styles from the room, and he's on the floor lying down, face down, like with handcuffs or something.
I mean,
or he's sitting in a chair, and he's all just like, man, I lost my cool. And Nakamura's still last man.
You don't know what he did after he left camera. So we had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair after that. What was that thing about tea time?
This was something I was telling you about last week. So back when Paige and Charlotte and Becky Lynch were PCB,
yeah,
they would put that's what their thing would be, was like doing the hand motion for tea, and when you're sipping tea, you lift up the pinky, and it's like, and that's the Instagram post that Becky does with the two of them. That's their Instagram thing. But yeah, it's not something that's talked about.
Why in the match are you doing this?
Oh, in the match they were doing it? I heard on commentary they just did it.
No, they actually physically did the whole... And like they played it out and everything. And then they both go for like the gut kick and catch each other's legs.
That's what I saw. I saw the gut kick, and they were like, the gut. No, you put it down. You put it. Okay. On three.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And then like I imagine like Becky's like, oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, go, or
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, and then Charlotte's just staring at her like thinking. She's just hesitating as much as possible, like. On go. Okay, all right. 1,
but yeah.
2, 3. Okay, let's go. All right, cool.
Yeah, like they do the whole tea time. They go for the kick. I'm just like, why? Why are you doing this?
Because they like each other. They want to have fun. Everyone likes fun.
Anyway. Another beautiful spear by Charlotte.
Oh, yeah. I liked this match.
It was a good match.
That's why I thought SmackDown was better, just because the matches were better.
I still got to go with Raw. But, yeah, so to end this match, Charlotte goes for the figure 8.
Yeah.
But Becky counters it and puts in the disarmer.
Yeah, and she makes Charlotte tap.
Charlotte taps.
Goddamn.
You don't see that too often.
Goddamn. Wait. Yeah, Big E's backstage, and he just sees it, and he's eating pancakes, his mouth's full of pancakes, and all of a sudden it just all drops out. Goddamn! E, you okay? He made a tap! He's just like running away, he just can't believe what he saw.
Tossing pancakes as he's running.
Well, okay, you know that weird. You know that running gif where like the dude is raising his knees super high and the dude's waving his arms like side to side and take me off.
No, I don't know that gif.
And then they put that in Skyrim, I think it was, or Skyrim or Dark.
Fortnite.
No. In the remastered version of one of those games, they put that running gif with the dudes. And so like the main guy is doing that, but then like two people following are running differently, and a dragon shows up. And I was like, I really want to see Big E do that backstage after like leading in the Money in the Bank.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh, Big E. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, let's get okay, so the next match.
Well, before that, we had Samoa Joe do a promo on screen again.
Well, yeah, because he's Samoa Joe, and that's what he gets paid the big bucks
Killer
for.
promo as always.
Basically reminding people, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When I say I'm going to put Daniel Bryan to sleep, I put him to sleep. Bada boom, there's your pizza. I ate the pizza.
Yeah. Now what?
I just imagine Joe doing that. Like, I say something and I do it. Bada boom, there's your pizza. I ate the pizza, and then Big Cass is just like, "Oh man, that's my thing." Well, I took the pizza.
So after that, we had an interview with Big Cass, basically just recapping how Daniel Bryan lost last week, and that like, I was backstage at WrestleMania 30, and this little puny man is the WWE champion.
You're living in the past, man.
Literally, like.
You're a guy who was in a tag team for 4 years and you never won the tag team titles. But they can't talk about that.
No, they can't.
Well, I mean, technically they could. They just can't mention Enzo Amore. It's the same thing where I think if a heel really wanted good heat, then they like against Randy Orton, let's say, and they'd be like, "Randy, you're a 13-time world champion. Tell me, who did you beat for that first world title?" And then he says Chris Benoit, and you're like, "Dude, I did not say it. You did. Vince, he said it. I didn't. He said it. I was going to say Schmenoir."
Yeah, you don't say that name.
Randy doesn't give a fuck. There's a video where he's doing autograph signing, and somebody had a program from SummerSlam 2004.
Okay.
And with Benoit's signature on it, and he was just like, "Dude, props to you, sir." Signed it, gave it to him, shook his hand, and security got rid of him.
No.
Yeah, because they're like, "You got what you came for, get out."
Jeez.
Randy didn't throw him out. This was WWE guys that threw him out, and I was just like, Randy helped him out.
Oh my god.
Sign it.
Go to Comic-Con dressed as Chris Benoit.
Oh. I mean, if you really looked like him. But I mean, like, you need the tights.
You need the tights, you need the scruff, you need the short hair.
Well, he had slick back hair, too.
That's true.
But he had that weird hairstyle where it was parted in the middle and it was permed. Because it was slicked back, but it was poofy, and it was down the middle. With the scruff and the tight black t-shirt.
He also had a bit of a beer gut.
He wasn't fat.
He wasn't fat, but he had...
Well, it was his abs were just like... He didn't have washboard abs. He just had like a really strong midsection.
Yeah.
Hers just like... He was just torso and arms.
So, yeah, after Big Cass's interview, we had an interview with Sin Cara.
Yeah, I didn't know... Well, this is Sin Cara 2. Sin Cara 1 didn't speak English. That's why they fired him.
Well, this one didn't either.
He was speaking English.
No, it wasn't. Not when Selena Vega interrupted.
Well, when she interrupted, he was speaking Spanish, most likely. But he said something happened.
Maybe.
He literally said something happened, so he was speaking English.
Okay, so anyway, Selena Vega interrupts him. He starts speaking Spanish to her, and then Andrade Cien Almas attacks him from behind.
This is going to be our pre-show match for Money in the Bank, probably.
Yeah, I see that happening. And time for the main event.
New Day versus The Miz, Samoa Joe, and Rusev. And so when they first start wrestling, and then they tag their other partners in, they tag in Big E and Samoa Joe. And I was like, give me this as the main event next week.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then like Rusev's in the ring against Big E, and I'm just like, I want all of this.
both of which Samoa Joe and Rusev were taken down by a belly to belly by Big E.
Yeah, he shocked him.
I'm just like, what is happening?
Big E's so strong.
Oh God.
Oh God.
But Kofi, he got a hot tag and just cleared house.
Yeah.
He cleared it.
Well, then because when the heels took over is when after the tag, I think Xavier was in.
Xavier started, I think.
Yeah, then he tagged in Big E, and then he tagged in back in Xavier, and then he gets into the heels corner to attack Miz, and then Joe just bams in the corner, kicks him in the head, and then that's when the heels took over.
Yeah. Later in the show, massive spear off the apron by Big E.
Yeah, he does that suicide dive spear.
It's so dangerous, but it's so good.
I know, right?
Every time I'm just like, God damn.
You're a commodity, Big E. Don't do that move anymore. Unless it's into a table.
Now, this part I didn't understand. I was confused with this part. Miz somehow got hold of the pancakes.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So, 3 of them were beating up Big E. Samoa Joe and Rusev were holding on to Big E, and then Miz goes to grab the tray of pancakes, bring it in the ring, and hit Big E in the face with it. Kofi's on the ropes, and Miz shoulder tackles him away, and then Big E gets loose, and then Miz takes the pan and swipes all the pancakes into Joe and Rusev, and then they beat up Miz, and then they just leave. And then the New Day gets the
victory.
The victory, yeah, and then that's how the show ended.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I can see why you choose SmackDown. I can see why you choose SmackDown to be the better show this week.
Yeah.
But I still gotta go with Raw.
I wasn't invested in most of the segments for Raw. They were just have Nia and Ronda beat the crap out of each other. Just have Nia be a full heel. Just have Sammy have clear motivations. And if you need to position Bobby Roode better, and what else did I like? Baron Corbin being the Constable, that was my favorite part of the show. Because he had 3 moments.
Yeah, he did. Rather than his usual 1.
Yeah, against freaking No Jose.
Shockingly, he wasn't on this week.
Yeah. Well, because he's not in a tag team.
I guess, yeah.
And Roman's back.
Battle Royal took over his section. I guess that wraps up this episode of DDT. YouTube, SoundCloud. Tell your family, tell your friends, like, comment, subscribe. I'm Doug.
Danny.
Thanks for listening.